But now, let's get into the spoilers. Gotcha.
It was a joke all along.
Spoilers. This movie sucked ass. No, I'm kidding. Can't believe Jake Sully was dead the whole time.
Whole entire time.
No, okay. So, Jake has a baby. 4 babies.
Yeah.
4 or 3, and...
Wait, hold on.
It's
No, it's 4. Well...
3 plus.
Because... Oh, God, what's her name?
Sigourney Weaver.
No.
Oh,
The mama.
Natiri?
Natiri.
Yeah.
She has 3. But they find out that Sigourney Weaver's avatar
Dude.
was pregnant.
Dude.
And she had even though that avatar was not being in use,
Yeah.
still produced the baby.
Like, okay. So,
It was weird.
in the first movie, she's dying.
Yeah.
So they try and pull, like, the tree thing where
Yeah.
they're going to... What they end up doing with Jake at the end of the movie, where they're going to put her consciousness in the avatar body, and she will just be that. Not connecting back and forth. But, of course, in her case, it didn't work.
Yeah.
But now in this movie, we learned that body, the avatar body,
Yeah.
was pregnant already?
I mean, that's what they
allude
to.
That's what they say.
Yeah.
Here's what I think, okay? If you've watched the
Buckle
movie,
up, y'all. This is a wild theory.
this took a little bit to try and explain to Maggie what I was trying to say, because I kept just saying it wrong. And I was like, that's not what I'm saying. So I think that Sigourney Weaver's new character, who is played by Sigourney Weaver, and does a really great job.
Yes.
Her as a teenage girl, like
It's
you said
hilarious.
in the theater, it's fantastic. I believe that she is the embodiment of what is that thing? The Great Mother.
Yeah, the Great Mother.
The Great Mother.
The tree,
Yes, but like all the trees are connected.
all the trees are connected. All the
Yeah.
roots are
So
connected
not
somehow.
just talking about that big tree,
No.
like not that specific tree. but
Even
like,
the underwater people have
yes,
a tree, and it's
yes.
underwater.
and it all ties to the memories and
Yes,
and,
yes.
so I mean it's all the same, right? Like I'm assuming there's a root system in the center
Yes.
of the thing. So I'm thinking that she is all her own self, but she is also the avatar.
Yes.
And I don't mean Avatar like Avatar the movie. I mean Avatar like how Moon Knight was the avatar for
Yes.
that
Yeah.
god or whatever, for the Great Mother, and that is why she can like control it.
Yeah.
And that's why she can connect with it in such a way. And so that Sigourney Weaver's avatar was not impregnated, but endowed with life in the form of a child within the avatar body. And from that avatar was born this avatar of the Great Mother. At one point I compared it to Jesus, but
Yeah.
like I don't mean that in like a healing way. I just mean it like how like Jesus had like God in him, but he was still a dude.
Yeah,
you know?
he still had his own self, his personality.
Yeah, and so I think that that's kind of what this is. Like, I don't want to say immaculate conception, because I don't think it's that. Like, I think that what Avatar does really good is they explain the spiritual side as well as the science side, and how the interpretation can be, it's just up to the person.
Yeah.
Here's a scientific reason why this happens, right? Like why the trees can connect with memories and download things, right? But obviously there's a very spiritual side of like being able to visit with people who've passed on,
Yeah.
and like having everyone tied together. And I think that they do it in such a way that neither is wrong and neither is right either. Like it's up to what you want to believe, and I mean like, so I think like they're not just going to be like, oh, she's a prophesied thing. She is like, she is the Great Mother. Like, I mean, I think they will say that, but
Yeah.
I think that it can also be explained as to scientifically how it happened also. And I just think that that's great, because because obviously there's some foreshadowing in it.
Yeah.
Sigourney Weaver's character in the video or the memory of the video, like when her original character, is that a recording the daughter's watching
at the beginning? Yes.
And it's talking about how there's like a central nervous system,
yeah,
and that it's like alive.
Yeah,
like it's more than just that they're connected, like an internet.
Everything's connected.
Yeah, it's like it's alive, like it's a real living creature, almost like the entire planet is.
Yeah.
Or moon, I guess. And so I feel like that's kind of hinting at that.
Yeah.
And then of course we see her, doing all the things, being able to control stuff later on. But even like, in the first movie when Jake Sully was covered in those little things, like we see that happen to her.
Yeah.
And but neither of them really talk about it.
No.
I mean, it's not even that they don't talk about it. It's almost like they don't realize that it matters.
Yeah.
Because she's laying there and like they're all like
all over.
Yeah. And then they just like swap them away and stuff.
Yeah.
The thing we were alluding to about the choice was bringing back the bad guy as an avatar.
Freaking Colonel God.
At first I was like,
I sat there. I looked down and said, I don't like this. I don't like it.
And I looked at Maggie and I was like, well, honestly, in this world, where they can make a wireless connection between a consciousness and an avatar body, right? Like, cloning absolutely can happen.
Yeah.
I would almost be offended if they said cloning was impossible.
Yeah.
So the idea of not only cloning, but putting him in an avatar body, especially when you look back at the first movie, like going back to that and him saying like, the brain of a Marine and a body of an avatar or whatever. Sounds like a perfect combination. Talking about Jake Sully.
Yeah.
And the fact that he himself becomes that.
Yeah.
I think it's obvious at this point that that's what they were going to do.
Yeah.
I feel almost stupid for not being like, oh, I mean, obviously the bad guy's going to become an avatar.
Yeah.
Why would he not? Of course, it's not bad enough that the sky people are evil and coming down and tramping on their land and stuff, but it's also they become the things themselves. And now that they are also Na'vi, are they still tied to them in a way? Is their life sacred?
Yeah.
Or are they just still seen as sky people?
Yeah.
Which obviously they don't delve too much into that.
No, they don't.
I think honestly where that ended up going, especially giving him a son, I think made that story much more palpable. And how he was able to see, this is what I'm talking about, that science faith thing, right? Like Jake Sully was able to take that, the red flying dragon, right? Because he was supposed to be this big grand leader or whatever, that had been prophesized about. And so him being able to do these things, it almost felt like, well, yeah, because he's the chosen one or whatever, right?
Yeah.
But then to see the Colonel or General, is it Colonel?
Colonel.
See the Colonel be able to do similar things. Obviously it's not the same dragon, but to be able to just do that.
Yeah.
Right? And he has no faith in any of the Na'vi stuff, obviously, And so why was he able to do those things too?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think that's just an interesting thing, I think at some point they may end up being like a yin yang, where they're both needed to keep balance, almost like Agent Smith and Neo. They're both equal sides of the equation.
Yeah.
But obviously, fuck, when the kid died, god damn, fuck. And then not only that, that part was bad enough. But then when Jake looks to his other son and says, "You've done enough."
Yeah.
Motherfuck, man. God, that just...
It hurt.
Dude, it hurts. It's so bad. Because that's all he wants is to be loved like his brother. Yeah. He thinks his brother, is doted on he's the perfect child. I mean, it's a lot like Encanto,
Yeah.
And he just wants... He just wants that love and acceptance from his dad, like his older brother got, and it just doesn't happen.
Yeah.
You know, and every turn he makes the wrong choice or makes a mistake, and he's not able to convey, you know, exactly why he was doing the right thing, and like it just sucks because it's just, you know. I mean, this is, again, a universal story of father and son.
Yes.
You know, like, everybody gets this, you know?
Yeah.
Especially if you have siblings. But just that wanting to make your parents proud, but also wanting to not give a shit,
Yes.
you know?
Yeah.
Wanting to not let it bother you. But it really is the thing that bothers you the most,
Yeah.
you know? I mean, the love stuff, honestly, I thought they did great with, like, the young romance. All the kid stuff. I think that's the highest praise I can give it, is the fact that none of the kids got on my nerves. Like,
No.
I loved every minute with the kids.
They did a really good job with showing family dynamics.
Yes. Especially when the new tribe comes into play.
Oh, yeah. And seeing how their tribe works
Yeah.
differently
Which is really
than,
cool.
than the Navi
Yeah.
forest tribe.
And yet, some things were very
similar.
Like, I mean, the dragons, but they were like squids or whatever that also could fly.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
Not squids, but, you know.
Eels.
Eels, yeah.
Yeah, you told me, you're like, I don't like these eel things.
Yeah, they looked weird.
Yeah.
They freaked me out a little bit.
Like
Now,
their heads. The whales kicked
a lot of ass.
kicked butt.
Dude, loved
best.
it. I loved how smart they were.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, how he was able to, like, talk to the whale. Like, and like, not just he maybe understand, like, it's straight up language,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. That they understood each
Yeah.
other. I thought that was
And
cool.
they were so beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm usually not one for sea life.
Oh,
you know?
I love sea life.
I just mean, like, typically I come from a place of, if I'm out in the middle of the ocean, I'm going to be terrified. You know? Like, I don't want to go on a cruise.
This is the guy that was floating in waves at the beach.
Maggie, I could touch the floor. I was able to touch the floor.
Still yet, though, man.
Don't. You're going to make me not want to do it. No, but I mean, there is something about water and about, like, the ocean
Yeah.
that is very, like, primal.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, it is.
I'm not talking about me at the beach.
No.
I'm talking about
No.
yeah.
I know what you mean. Like, that's why I love it. That,
Yeah.
like, learning about all the different animals and
Yeah.
stuff. I love it.
And especially in this view, like
Yeah.
in this world.
Yeah.
You know.
I kept on waiting for, like, a giant, like, squid-like creature to be popping up.
Yeah, like a giant, like just some sort of like Godzilla style.
Yeah.
Something, you know,
Yeah.
not in a bad way.
Uh-uh.
I mean, the whales were pretty good, big though. Like that.
Yeah, they were.
Like, and that one, I guess, shark thing that was like trying to eat him, and then the whale comes,
Yeah,
dude.
Yeah, that was wild.
That scared the shit out of me.
Yeah, we
you know?
jumped. I jumped out of my seat, I think, during that part. I was like, oh my God.
Dude, and then when the whale like fucks shit up.
Oh,
you know,
yeah. Yeah, that's
was
the best.
awesome.
That's the best.
Oh my God, I love that.
I
I was all about that.
was trying to think of something. I had a thought and it's gone.
Trying to think. I don't know what she was talking about. To be honest.
Well, no, I had it on my mind. And now it's gone.
Kids? The dad? Tribe?
Seeing Jake Sully as a dad was really funny.
It was. He did really good.
You could tell that his Marine mentality really had kicked in because that's how he survived.
Yeah.
But like Naturia's like, you're being too hard on them. He said, I'm their father. My job is to protect them.
Yeah.
And I really liked that.
Yeah.
And Spotter.
Yeah.
Old Spotter.
I liked Spider.
I like Spotter.
I thought he kind of got a little sidelined.
Yeah, he
you know,
did. It
Which,
was,
I mean, I get what they were doing.
Yeah.
You know, and I think it would have not worked for him to be there with them.
no.
Especially going to the new trial and stuff. And building up with his father and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I feel like all that was needed. But I did miss him a lot.
Yeah.
Like, I liked seeing him more with the family.
Yeah.
Because he was great. Like,
Yeah.
It was a fun little thing.
Yeah. Spotter was a toddler. Toddlers couldn't be put into cryosleep.
Yeah. A human toddler.
A human toddler. So he got to stay, and the scientists pretty much raised him, but he ran around with the Navi.
Yeah.
And he becomes this little feral child with dreadlocks. I
He's
love
almost
it.
like Disney's Tarzan in a way.
Yes.
Jungle to Jungle.
Not Jungle to Jungle. There's like a cartoon or something, I feel like, or a show.
With a young Tarzan?
Maybe.
I mean, there's the whole, like, first bit when he's a kid.
Yeah. But I'm just trying to think. That it seems like there was like a kid that was raised in a jungle.
Jungle Book?
No, Jungle Book. No.
I mean, that's...
No. But he can't... Not Georgia the Jungle either. I don't know. I don't know where my brain's going. I'm hungry.
Lion King. The Lion King.
The Lion King. But Spider, I really liked him.
Yeah.
It was funny. Just seeing how he would talk to his own dad, which was the Colonel, and like, you know, trying to show him like all of the Na'vi things he should be doing, and like him trying to approach that flying dragon.
Yeah.
And he comes back and he says, "What's wrong? Jake Sully did this.
Yeah.
He did this." And he's like, "Sully did it? Yeah, he did." And he's like, "Oh, I can do it."
Yeah.
So I just love the fact, and also picking at his accent
Yeah.
while speaking Na'vi.
Yeah,
I thought
yeah.
that was great.
And like, even near the end, you know, because he's a son of a bitch, right?
yeah.
Like, he's such an asshole, and yet he chose to protect his son,
Yeah.
even though there's no way, like, at no point would you have actually believed that,
Yeah.
you know. But then there was something primal in him to protect his son,
Yeah.
which is exactly what Jake Sully's trying to do, you know. And then, you know, and I even, like, got mad. It's Lou, she's running around. I even got mad that, like, Spider saves his dad.
Yeah.
But that's the movie. Like, even just sitting here talking about it, like, the whole thing is about love.
Yeah.
And Spider...
And protecting what you love most.
Exactly. And even though Spider hates his dad and thinks his dad sucks ass, right? I think there's a piece of it that is, you know, his dad saved him. And I think that meant something. And of course, he also saw Natiri different than he's ever seen her before, and was afraid. Like, he hid from her.
Yeah.
You know. And so I think that, you know, all the choices made in this made sense, and every character, in one way or another, is trying to protect the thing they love.
Yeah.
The oldest brother is trying to protect the younger brother. The younger brother is trying to protect the well. Everybody's trying to protect the youngest sister.
Yeah. Poor
Yeah.
Took.
I mean, and even the tribe leader is trying to protect his kids and his tribe.
Yeah.
You know, and the mom, like, she's, you know, I love when the mom walks in there to help her new character. I can't think of the actress's name that's in
Kate
it.
Winslet.
No, she was in the first one and she died, and now she's in this one as a teenager.
Sigourney
Weaver. Like, after she has her seizure, and like, she walks in and says, "I see I'm not needed," or whatever, and the Tyrion's like, "Get out! You've
done nothing. Get out!"
Like, and in that moment, you just see the two moms.
Yeah.
You know, and like, they're just two moms trying to
Yes.
take care of this kid.
You've
you
done
know?
nothing.
And like, it's so perfect. Anybody, I feel like if you don't think about this movie, that you can just write some shit off. But like, you know, like, oh, well, so the humans come back. They left
Yeah.
and now they're back.
Yeah.
Like, oh, and the bad guy, he's still alive. And it's like, sure, you can look at it that way, but really think about this world. These people who have this, you know, mineral or whatever worth $1 quintillion an ounce. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, of course they're gonna come back. Of course they're gonna kill everything they have to.
Yeah.
To get whatever.
Upon landing on the planet, they burn out.
Because it's money.
Yeah.
And that,
Burn down like part of the jungle.
Yes, and of course they would do that, and of
Yeah.
course there would be these assholes whaling, you know,
Yeah.
whalers,
Yeah.
you know, these creatures that are smarter than us,
Yeah.
you know, because they're just a bunch of fucking assholes.
Yeah. I remember my thought.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Whenever they do come back and they the Na'vi take the train track
Yes.
That reminded me
Kicks
so
ass.
much of, and I don't mean this in a bad way, but
Yeah.
like it reminded me of a Western.
Yeah,
you know?
I was thinking the same thing. Yeah.
You know, they don't like this being here. It's in their world. They're gonna take it.
Yeah.
And you know, if it's gonna help them anyhow, technology wise, yeah, they're gonna figure out how to use it, and they're
Yeah.
gonna use it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, totally. I mean, it's obviously a lot of this is inspired by Native Americans.
Yes.
You know, and I mean, not even just Native Americans, but I mean across the world, indigenous people that
yeah.
are, you know, constantly being getting the shit kicked out of them because there's people with more money and more technology than what they have, and
Yeah.
you know, trying to take what's theirs
Just
from
leave
them.
them
you know?
alone.
Yeah, I mean, it's fucked
Shit.
up. And so I mean, you know, this movie doesn't shy away from that.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't know where this movie goes. Like, I don't know where we go in the next
Yeah.
one. Like, me and you were talking, like, you know, is he just going to go to different parts of Pandora? And, like, that's going to be,
Yeah.
like, it's this epic story is just discovering this entire moon,
Yeah.
one tribe at a time. And, like, I'd watch the shit out of that. Like,
Yeah.
absolutely. Like, take him to
Yeah.
a mountain, like, or not mountain, but a desert, you know.
Yeah.
Take him to the snowfield areas, you know.
Mm-hmm.
What does a Na'vi city look like? Like, are there any Na'vi that actually have technology?
Yeah.
You know, that aren't just, you know, tribe-like,
Yeah.
you know. Like, I'd love to see that,
Yeah.
you know. And, like, I know one of them goes back to Earth. Like, they take the story back to Earth. And, like, I don't know, like, what is that? You know, like, do all the Na'vis, like, board a ship and, like, you know, like, go and fucking attack Earth? Or, like, you know, like, I don't know, you know, like, what is that story?
Yeah.
Or are we going to get into, like, a fucked up situation where it's, like, kind of delving into, like, the slave trade and shit, you know? I mean, whatever this could be. I mean, I'm very, very interested.
Yeah.
And, like, because now they're wanting to terraform the planet, right? So humans can live there?
Yes, because Earth is dying, apparently.
Which, I mean, but not, like, why would you want to live in Pandora when, like, you can't even breathe the air? Like, there are other planets that have oxygen. Like, you know what I mean? I get terraforming would make it able to breathe and stuff. But, I mean, I feel like there's a easier world to do that for, you know?
Mars.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't want to say Mars. But yeah, I really loved it. I can't wait to watch it again, honestly. And I mean, in classic Cameron style, you know, the first 2 hours are all about heart, the last hour is all about action.
Yeah.
And I mean, dude, I forget exactly what was going on, but some people were getting the fucking shit kicked out of them. And I loved it.
Yeah.
Like, it felt so good.
Oh, I loved when the chief of the water tribe got on his little flying thing there, and he jumps up over that boat and he just harpoons that one dude.
Oh, that shit rocked.
Yeah.
And like when his wife, and she's pregnant.
Yeah.
And she's kicking ass
Yeah.
too. Dude, that kicked so much ass.
Yes.
Oh my God. And like the well rips off that dude's arm.
Yeah.
That was like kicked ass,
Yes.
dude. Oh my God. Yeah. And I mean the last bit, like, fuck. It was so tense when they were like underwater and like couldn't breathe and shit. Like, oh my God,
Yeah.
dude. Like, I hate.
Hey, there's a sinking ship in this movie. Sounds
Wow. But I mean, all that was great.
Yeah.
And like Natiri going after her daughter. You know, I just loved it. I loved it so much. Yeah, and wait. When Jake Sully finally tells his second son, "I see you,"
Yeah.
I cried.
I know.
I cried my eyes out. I mean, there's just something so powerful about that, and even that greeting, right? There's something so simple yet so
Powerful.
yes, and just saying "I see you." You know, I recognize where you are coming from. I understand you. I see that you are of value. You know, that you matter. You know, all of that just in the simple "I see you." So good. Like, more than just "I love you."
Yeah.
You know, it's not just that I love you in spite of who you are. It's that I see you for who you are.
Yeah.
So freaking good, man. God, I love this movie. Yeah, fantastic.
Fantastic.